My mom is at my house every day, and she nags me about everything, especially hygiene. I'm a little territorial and defensive. I don't like having my space invaded. I've been in fights, but that doesn't make me cool or like a tough guy or a more interesting actor. I'm not proud of it. I've had to deal with all different types of situations, positive and negative and extremes of both. Sometimes I feel I'm living a meaningless life, and I get frightened. Sometimes perception is almost more important than the skill level of an actor. We're living through the twilight of American economic dominance. People were going to geometry class and I was swimming through vats of chili on even Stevens. It was like a dream. Comics, for me, is being able to sing alone in the shower. I find it freeing. You just pick up a pen and get to it. I wasn't cocky, just confident. I went to an all-black school, a white kid. I would like to be George Clooney diplomatic. I just don't have the wherewithal yet or the inner serenity. You can't buy back your respect. You can't buy back your career. You only get one, so I don't want to mess that up. What's cool is when you're able to give your audience imagination and you don't have to cage them in like animals. There's only so far you can take a relationship before you got to get into things that are too serious or over the top. I go to sleep at night, and I feel like I just dreamed the whole day. I like the dark, mysterious, maybe even gothic-type girls. They have to have a good personality too. I'm very picky. There's this coming-of-age thing that's happening within me. Respected, I almost want to be revered. That's what I'm chasing. No, I was an unknown when I walked in that room. He didn't know who I was from a fly on the wall. I want my audience to know me for my work, not because of who I'm dating or what drugs I'm on or what club I went to. I turned down 12 films last year, huge money films, but I had no respect for the writer or the work. My family's lineage is 5 generations of artists who never made it. Agents are used to the parents pimping. They're not used to the kid pimping. Oh, I've been in love with every woman I've ever worked with. I'm very picky and I'm in a situation where it's a big crossover. I understand why marriages break up over golf. I can't even talk about my own handicap because it's too upsetting. When golf used to be a rich man's sport, if you were poor you could not step foot on a course. I've never been able to learn from other people's mistakes. I'm not that smart, so I usually learn by trial by fire. No, I come for a hippie lifestyle. It's very open. My parents are both hippies. I trained more than anybody ever in a golf film ever made. My swing is pretty hot. I like messing around, and I like working with artists who I respect. Literature is an easier way to study acting, because then you can take any kind of spin. As an actor, the minute you start getting real in interviews, you lose mystery. Well, there's different shades of Hollywood, sure. I mean, I'm working in this business but I'm not Hollywood. It's really easy to fall for someone on set, but in the end, it's a representative and it's not really them. There's no room for being a visionary in the studio system. It literally cannot exist. It's very weird because the it guy usually is not the it guy next year or even a guy that anyone is talking about. I didn't read the book on how to be a well-adjusted celebrity. At this point I have enough money to live 25 lifetimes. You couldn't spend the money I've accrued now. I didn't jump onto anyone else's coattail and ride their wave. I'm a video game fan, and I always thought it would be cool to be able to control a character. I am a season ticket holder to Dodger games. I go to every Dodger game I can go to, every single one. To be able to sit in Donald Trump's apartment and talk about the future of corporate real estate was amazing. I'm trying to find a way to eat up time without being destructive, 'cause that's my go-to, it seems. The hardest thing in acting is going from child actor to adult actor. It's taken me a long time. In my parents' generation, rebellion was pop culture. It's not anymore. Have you ever noticed how most critics disagree with the public? That should tell you a lot about critics. I come from divorce. I'm only doing marriage once. It's not a game for me. My mom is the backbone not just of my family but of many families. Animation has completely changed, and I've always been a big fan. I'm Richie Rich. I land in New York, secretly thinking I'm like the coolest guy in the world. I'm not a celebrity. I've kind of been under the radar. Has kept it easier for me to maintain a career.